Good morning. So this time of year when the weather's hot, if you wear sunscreen and you don't tan your face, sometimes your makeup won't match, like the skin color of your face won't match what's on your neck. Let me pull mine out a little bit, right? So what you need to do is figure out a color that you can actually have one smooth, seamless color all the way down. I'm using, this is called Golden Hour. It's from Saint. And you can see, so I don't have any foundation on here, so you can tell there's a difference in color. But this is what matches my neck and my chest. So I'm going to use this even though it doesn't necessarily blend like identically with my color. It's just we're in a weird time of the year where our skin color has changed, even if we're not intending it to, but just simply being outside when the weather is so warm. Our skin can absorb, the different color that comes from sunshine. And so I am now just trying to make it more compatible with my neck and my chest. I am wearing a dress today that has a open neck, so I really want to have that be blended. I do put a little bit of whatever foundations I'm using. Saint calls them highlights, but it's the same thing, foundation. And I will put a little bit of that on my sunspots. I'm 59 and I have loved every minute of being in the sun. I am one of those gals that did the whole baby oil and, laying out for 12 hours a day and all that kind of stuff in my youth. And yes, I definitely have little rewards from that, but that's okay. That's all right, right? Okay, now I'm just going to go in with a Perfector sponge. This was again from Saint. I like this sponge because it never falls apart. So I'm literally just blending it in. I haven't done anything under my eye because that color for sure, I know I'm going lighter. So I figured why put any more makeup on there that doesn't need to. Didn't need to be. Okay, after everything is all blended in, now let's throw on some concealer. Okay, this concealer that I'm using, the color is number 8, and it's from Anastasia. And sometimes people ask me, why don't you use Saint concealer? I don't mind it on my upper eye, but underneath my eye, it's, I don't know, I don't love the texture, what it does on my skin. I mean, everybody's different. So I'm just patting this on, okay? Even if it doesn't come down here, that's okay, because by the time it's all blended, it'll be good. Again, taking that Perfector sponge and just dabbing it. You don't really want to be pulling in this area, especially if you're in the club with me. We want to kind of keep that skin as tight as we can. Okay, so just blending it. You will lose the color of your eyelashes while you're doing that, but that's okay, y'all. We're going to put on some mascara. Okay, there's that. Today's look is full face because I work on TV. So I'm coming in with some contour. This is indigo. And I'm just drawing a rough line, and then I'll blend. But it's cream, so I can do this. If this were powder, you can't be as free. You got to be a little more precise because it doesn't blend as well. Okay, and then I just put a little under my nose, and whatever's left on the brush, I'll just snatch that jawline. Flat it is, and all I'm doing is I'm pushing and gently dragging that color. Just kind of moving it in just that one spot. I don't want it all over my cheeks. I just want it right there. You know what I'm saying? Blend it into the hairline. Don't forget your nose or your jaw. You'll be like, oops. Oops, I did it again. Okay, now blending it up into the hairline. This brush is really good because the bristles are super tight, and so it actually allows you to blend it right where you want to. If it was a big, fat, fluffy brush, that color would be moving in a lot bigger places than I want it to be. I still see the sheet marks on my face. That's kind of funny. Okay, this is Bella. This is my bronzer, and I'm just putting it kind of on the cheekbone up and around like a little C. I even use the same brush to apply. So there's nothing too fancy about this. Again, this is cream. I really have enjoyed this cream makeup because of how it feels on my skin. I don't like a heavy feel, especially in the summer. It makes me hot. And I like that it feels like skin. It's not heavy. It feels really light, and it's so easy to blend. So to me, it feels very forgiving. What happens with traditional liquid foundation, it turns to a powder when it dries, which is why it's not easy to move. And also why when it settles in our fine lines and wrinkles, it's kind of like, that's where cake face comes from, because you get that feeling of everything has settled into the little cracks. Okay, so that's all foundation, contour, and bronzer. Okay, this shade right here, this is Hollywood. It is in the lip and cheek collection, and so you can use it on both. I'm just going to put it, I'm not going to go all the way up to my cheekbone area. I'm just kind of focusing it right in the center there by the apple of the cheek, just like that. Because when I blend it, so this is cream, when I blend it, it's actually going to have a chance to go live up there as well. Like that. Like that. Now, if it's a little too much in the beginning, that's okay, because you haven't set it yet. I like to set, some people use a setting spray. I like to use a setting powder just because in TV you have to be very matte and not shiny, so I'm just kind of used to that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set it. I just recently started using this technique, and I really like it. It's not new, and I certainly didn't make it up. It's called baking. But you're basically just pressing powder right under that cheekbone area, and then I'm going to do it under my eye, and then you just leave it and you work on something else, and it kind of allows your skin to take it in. And then I'll do a light powder over the whole face, but you're just pressing it in there. So if you're ever at a store and it says baking powder in the cosmetic area, that's what this is. It's just a loose powder. Okay, so it's not looking good, I know, but we're just going to leave it alone, and then we'll come back to it. Okay, so I know I've talked about this before, but in case y'all are new, my eyebrows are tattooed. Thank you, Jesus, for that, because all the hair fell out during chemo, and it kind of really never came back. So I need to go in and have a tune-up on the color, but I haven't done it yet. So I'm just filling it in with a brow pencil. And I'm kind of following the line, but I'm also pulling it up a little higher right here, because as we age, this obviously skin sags, including under the brow bone, in this area. So I want to pull it up a little bit by raising my eyebrows. Like that. See, it's kind of subtle. It's not huge, but that's what we did. That's what we did. I just need to make sure that it looks like it's meant to be there. Okay, so I always kind of do one loosely, and then I'll do the other one, and then one is make sure they're friends together. If you don't have a long tail on your eyebrow, try not to pull it out too far, because it will pull your eye down. You want to just, the whole focus with an eyebrow is to draw attention to your eyes. And you want your eyes to be up and out like a Disney princess. They always have the most beautiful big eyes. Granted, we don't all look like that in life. I know. But we can borrow their tricks, huh? Okay, there you go. So I didn't purposely put any concealer on my eyelid area, because I knew that I wanted to come in after I did my brows and put put it on there, kind of starting under the brow to make sure that area is highlighted, and just clean it up if I needed to. And then I'm going to take it down to my eyelid area. I find that if you put a concealer there and then you powder it, it gives your eyeshadow a chance to be a true color, because you can see the difference of this is without and this is with. And sometimes if we have like a, say, a blue undertone, you can't really tell what the color of your intended eyeshadow is to look like, because we already have that different color down there. I'm just going to pull it down, clean that up, add a little to the lid, and then I'll pat it all down with a sponge and blend it out. Like this guy. Nothing fancy, nothing expensive, drugstore sponge, y'all. Okay, blend that all in, and then you want to set it with powder because it's a cream. Your eyeshadow will soak it up, or that will soak up your eyeshadow, and then you'll be like, what the hell, where'd it go? So again, I'm just using a loose powder and just a little fluffy brush. And I'm just going over everything, including the eyebrow, because I want it to be a little more muted if I feel like it's a little too dark. You know, Joan Crawford look. No thanks. Okay, now we're ready for some eyeshadow. I'm going in with kind of a peach rose tone eyeshadow. It's called Mama from Saint. I'm wearing a dress today that has these colors in it, so I'm just gonna do a little bit. It's not like, it doesn't have a ton of color to it, which is fine. I didn't want a whole lot anyway. Sometimes, you know, you kind of make a decision, especially if it's not as fancy event makeup. Is the shadow going to be the star, or is the liner going to be the star? Because sometimes if you have too much of both, it makes your eye look heavy. So I always like to use, this is the eyeshadow brush, and it has a little end and a big end. And I'm just going to go under the lashes and put some color there. Okay, it's real subtle. I don't usually do a big dark color there with this brush. I'll use a different one when I line it. But this just kind of blends it all in. Okay. So I think what I want to do is, I'm going to use this color from Saint called Pomegranate. I'm going to go ahead and do my liner first, and then see if I want to add any other eyeshadow to it. I just kind of want to get the look first. So this is the Etch brush. I'm just coming under the lash line. No, I'm not. I'm coming under the lashes on the lash line. Because I don't put like a liquid liner under my lashes. If anything, I'll do it on the corner and just blend it. See how I'm moving this line up? That's because if I followed the natural curve of my eye shape, it would be pulling down just because things are round. You know what I'm saying? I don't have that natural kind of cat eye shape. So I'm going to fake it. Y'all, I'm going to fake it today. You too can fake it. I'm just pulling it up, blending it out there. And then I'm going to put a liner on top. And then I'll decide, do I need to add any more color? Is this enough? To throw a little lightness on the inside of my eye, this is a color from Saint called Unicorn. And it's a kind of a shimmery white. But I don't mind using kind of a really dramatically lighter color, because when I put lashes on, you know, the lash takes up a lot of real estate there, and I do want the inside of my eyes to open up, which makes them look a little bit bigger. This is a good trick if you're tired or if your eyes are still swollen from the morning. You can use a lighter shade there, and I'll pull it up. All right, so this is a liquid eye pen from MAC. It's just a liner. And I'm just going to connect the dots. And then I'll blend it. Okay, so before I put mascara on the bottom lashes, I'm just going to clean up that powder that we put on earlier, the little baking powder. Okay, and then I'll use a fluffier brush to get the stuff underneath. And I'm just blending it up into my cheeks. And tackling the forehead. Okay, now let's do a little bottom lash stuff. I already did the top lashes because I'm going to put on my lash clusters. So I just put a little small layer of mascara up there. I'm using Maybelline Great Lash on the bottoms because I have a real bad problem with mascara leaving little track lines. And I got tired of using the expensive stuff that sometimes worked, sometimes didn't. So I went to the old trusty. Y'all remember this stuff from high school. But I'm using a different wand because I like the bristles on this wand. They're a lot tighter. And the one that came with this Great Lash, they were big and they were hard to, I felt like I was getting 3 lashes because they were so big, they were clumping all together. Okay, we'll do lashes now. I'm using this glue. It's Duo. You can get it at Ulta or a drugstore. Okay, so I'm just going to use about that much. It's usually always more than what you need, but it's hard to gauge. Like, I don't exactly how much do I need? Okay, so I'm just going to grab a cluster. Looks like that. Then I'm going to come to the outer corner, and I'm going to place it on top of the lashes. Whoops. Like that, okay? You can kind of touch it into place if you feel like you need to move it around a little bit. So with this style, it's called Nova. The lashes are from Lilac Street. The style is Nova, and they are a cluster that the lashes are different lengths. They're not one straight band across. They're different. They're variated lengths. And so with this style, I use 4 lash clusters. So it looks like that. So this color is Whiskey. It's from Urban Decay. It's an eye pencil. It's actually not a lip pencil, but I use it here. I bought this color by mistake, thinking it was a lip pencil. And I like it because it's creamy and it's easy to blend. So when you're lining your lips, you have to look at the shape. This side of my lip, it comes in lower than this one, so I have to cheat it by drawing it differently. This is where I like the creaminess of that pencil because I'm going to blend the line. I'm just kind of going over the line. I'm not necessarily filling the whole lip. I'm just softening the line. I feel kind of talented being able to talk and do my lip at the same time. Okay, so see how the inside is a little bit different. It's not perfect right now, but that's okay because I got to do something else. This color is called Easy Street, and I believe it's from Unique. So I'm going to put that over it. I'm just going to go back in and blend it again. Okay, and then this other color, it's also from Unique. It's called Minted. It's like a lighter cream, and I'm going to put it right in the center. And I'm not going to blend it all over. I'm just going to take my finger and just kind of mute it. And there you have it, finished face, ready for the day. That's the color that I have on in my dress. I could pull it out, sorry. So that's why I blended my neck, and it's a little bit, my face foundation is darker because I wanted to match my neck. But anyway, those are the steps that I used today, and the lashes were Lilac Street All the makeup except for the lips were Saint, and the lips were Urban Decay Whiskey eyeshadow pencil, eye pencil. And then the 2 shades of Minted and Easy Street are from Unique. Okay, everybody, we'll see you next time. Have a good day.